Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Haribol, Nithai Gaura Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritva
Namaskritya
Naram
Naram
Chaiva
Chaiva
Narottamam
Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim
Saraswatim
Vyasam
Vyasam
Tato
Tato
Jayam Udirayet
Jayavedit
Shunvatam
Swakata
Swakata
Krishna
Punyasravana Kirtanaha
Kirtana
Hridayantostoya
Udayantastoya
Bhadrani
Bhadrani
Vidonoti
Vinoti Surasatam
Tatatam Nashyaprayi
Nashyaprayeshu
Bhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya
Sevaya
Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttama
Uttama
Sloke
Bhaktir
Bhaktir
Bhavati
Bhavati
Naistate.
Naistiki. Hare Krishna, everyone. We're discussing fourth canto, 30th chapter. Today we'll discuss last two verses from this chapter. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay, please repeat. योजयमाना सर्वेषां
Yojayamana Sarvesham
योजायमाना सर्वेषां
Yojayamana Sarvesham
तेजस्ते ते तेजस्तेजस्विनां रुचा
Tejas Tejasvinam Rucha
तेजस्तेजस्विनां रुचा
Tejas Tejasvinam Rucha
स्वयोपदत्ता दक्ष दक्षाच
Swayopadatta Dakshacha
स्वयोपदत्ता दक्ष्याच
Swayopadatya Dakshacha
कर्मणां दक्षं दक्षमब्रुवन्
Karmanam Dakshamabruvan
कर्मणां दक्षमब्रुवन्
Karmanam Dakshamabruvan
तां प्रजा रक्षायां
Tam Praja Sargarakshayam
तं प्रजा रक्षायां
Tam Praja Sargarakshayam
अनादिर् अभिश्च्य च
Anadirabhishitya cha
अनादिर् अभिश्च्य च
Anadirabhishitya cha
योज योज युवजेन्यंश्च
Yuyoja Yuyujenyamscha
युयोज युयोजेनंश्च
Yuyoja Yuyujenamscha
स वै शर्व प्रजापतिम्
Savai Sarva Prajapatin
स वै शर्व प्रजापतिम्
Savai Sarva Prajapatin Number 3. Yo yo ya yo yayamana sarvesham. Yo
यो
jayamana.
यो यो जायमाना सर्वेषां
Tejasvinam rucha.
तेजस्तेजस्विनां रुचा
Swayo swayopadatta dakshacha.
सयोपदत्त दाक्ष्या च
Karmanam dakshamabruvan.
कर्माणं दक्षमाब्रुवन्
Bruvanya. Tam praja sarga rakshayam.
तं प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
Anadirabhishitya cha.
अनादित् अभिषिच्य च
Yuyoja yuyuje nyamsha.
युयुजायुयुजेन्यांश्च
Savai sarva prajapatin.
च वै शर्वा प्रजापतिन्
यो यो जा यो जायमाना सर्वेषां
Yojayamana
योजायमाना सर्वेषां
sarvesham.
तेजस्तेजस्विनामृचा
Tejasvinam
तेजस्तेजस्विनां रुचा
rucha.
स्वायोपदत्त दक्षयक्ष
Tvayopadatta
स्वयोपदत्तदक्ष्या
dakshacha.
दक्ष च
कर्माणां दक्षम् अब्रुवन्
Karmanam
कर्माणां
daksham
दक्षम् अब्रुवन्
abruvan.
तं प्रजा सर्गरक्षायाम्
Tam
तं
praja sarga
प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
rakshayam.
अनादिरविषय च अनादिरविषिचय च
Anadirabhishitya
अनादिरभिषिच्य
cha.
युयुजायुजे नियम च
Yoja yuyuje
युयोजायुजेन्यं
nyamsha.
च
शाभै सर्व प्रजापतिन्
स वै
Savai
शर्वा
sarva
प्रजापतिः
prajapatin.
जायमान सर्वेषां
युजायमाना
Yojayamana
सर्वेषां
sarvesham.
तेजस्तेजस्विनां रुचा
Tejasvinam
तेजस्तेजस्विनमृता
rucha.
स्वयोपादत्त दाक्ष्य च
Tvayopadatta
क्षयोपदत्तदक्ष्य च
dakshacha.
कर्मणां दक्षमब्रुवन्
Karmanam
कर्मणां
daksham abruvan.
दक्षमब्रुवन्
तं प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
Tam
तं
praja sarga rakshayam.
प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
अनादिरभिशिष्य च
अनादिरविशिष्य च
Anadirabhishitya.
युयोजयुजे न्यांश्च
Yuyoja
युयुजे
yuyuje
नामश्च
nyamsha.
सवे सर्वप्रजापतिन्
Savai
सवै
sarva
सर्वप्रजापतिन्
prajapatin.
योजयामनाय सर्वेशं
Yojayamana
योजयामाना
sarvesham.
सर्वेषाम्
तेजस्तेजस्विनं रुचा
Tejasvinam
तेजस्तेजस्विनमृचा
rucha.
त्वयोपदत्तदक्षायच्च च
Swayopadatta
क्षयोपदत्तदक्षश्च
dakshacha.
कर्माणं दक्षम् अब्रुवन्
कर्माणं दक्षम्
Karmanam daksha
अब्रुवन्
abruvan.
तं प्रजा सर्गरक्षायम्
तं
Tam praja sarga
प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
rakshayam.
अनादिरभिषिच्य
Anadirabhishitya
अनादिरविशिष्य
cha.
च
युयोजो युयुजे नांश्च
Yuyoja
युयुजे
yuyuje
नामश्च
युयोजायुजेन्यंश्च
nyamsha.
स वै सर्वप्रजापतिम्
Savai
सवै
sarva prajapatin.
सर्वप्रजापतिन्
योजयामना सर्वेषां
Yojayamana
युयुजमाना
sarvesham.
सर्वेषाम्
तेजस्तेजस्विनां च
Tejasvinam
तेजस्तेजस्विनमृचा
rucha.
स्वयोपदत्त दक्षयश्च
Swayopadatta
क्षयोपदत्तदक्षयश्च
dakshacha.
कर्माणां दक्षम् अब्रुवन्
कर्माणां
Karmanam daksham abruvan.
दक्षमब्रुवन्
तं प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
Tam
तं
praja sarga rakshayam.
प्रजासर्गरक्षायाम्
अनादिरभिश्य च
Anadirabhishitya
अनादिरविष्यच्च
cha.
युयोजा न्यांस च
Yuyoja yuyuje
युयुजयुजेन्यमश्च
nyamsha.
स वै सर्वा प्रजापतीन्
Savai
शवै
sarva prajapatin.
सर्वप्रजापतीन्
Okay, synonyms. Yeah,
Yeah,
one who.
one who.
Jayamana,
Jayamanaha.
just after his birth.
Just after his birth.
Sarvesham,
Sarvesham.
of all.
Of all.
Teja,
Tejaha.
the brilliance.
The brilliance.
Tejasvinam,
Tejasvinam,
brilliant,
brilliant,
Rucha,
Rucha,
by effulgence,
by effulgence,
Swaya,
Swaya,
his,
his,
Upadatta,
Upadatta,
covered,
covered,
Dakshyat,
Dakshyat,
from being expert,
from being expert,
Cha,
Cha,
and
and
Karmanam,
Karmanam,
in fruitive activities,
in fruitive activities,
Daksham,
Daksham,
Daksha,
Daksha,
Abruban
Abruvan
was called,
Tam,
him,
him,
Praja,
Praja,
living beings,
living beings,
Sharga,
Sarga,
generating,
generating,
Rakshayam,
Rakshayam,
in the matter of maintaining,
in the matter of maintaining,
Anadi,
Anadhi,
the firstborn,
the
Lord
firstborn,
Brahma,
the firstborn Lord Brahma,
Abhishchya,
Abhishitya,
having appointed,
having appointed,
Cha also,
Cha also,
Yuyoja,
Yuyoja,
engaged,
engaged,
Yuyoj,
Yuyuj,
engaged,
engaged,
Anyan,
Anyan,
others.
others.
1 second, I'll come back. My daughter is calling. Can someone just repeat it?
Yeah, Cha and Saha, he, Vai, certainly, Sarva, all, Prajapatin, progenitors of living entities.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can read the translation and purport.
Okay, sorry. She's stuck in somewhere. She's calling. Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. After being born, Daksha, by the super excellence of his bodily luster, covered all others' bodily opulence. Because he was very expert in performing fruitive activity, he was called by the name Daksha, meaning the very expert. Lord Brahma therefore engaged Daksha in the work of generating living entity and maintaining them. In due course of time, Daksha also engaged other Prajapatis, progenitors, in the process of generation and maintenance. Purport: Daksha became almost as powerful as Lord Brahma. Consequently, Lord Brahma engaged him in generating population. Daksha was very influential and opulent. In his own turn, Daksha engaged other Prajapatis headed by Marichi. In this way, the population of the universe increased. Thus, end of the Bhakti Vedanta purport of the 4th canto, 30th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Activities of the Prachetas. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadesatare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna. So we discussed yesterday the Prachetas activities. So after large departures, when they enter into their kingdom, they observe that all the kingdom was covered with the trees. All the agriculture lands became like a forest, and the city or the kingdom was not well maintained. So they got angry and they started devastating all the forest. They emitted fire from their mouth. They developed a mystic power as well as part of their, you know, austerity process. So looking at this, Brahma immediately approached and stopped them. He uh, doesn't want to destroy the kingdom. So then what happened? Brahma pacified them, and he advised, okay, all the prachetas to marry the daughter of trees, right? Marisha, So then that way, prachetas will stop devastating the forest. So by the order or by the advice of Brahma, prachetas married to Marisha, and they all, married to single lady, single woman. Then from her, from Marisha and Prachetas, Daksha took birth. So we discussed Daksha's Daksha Prajapati pastime in a previous two live, right? How he was offended Lord Shiva, and there was a big fight between Daksha's supporter versus Lord Shiva supporter, Vidarbha, then Daksha, Daksha was killed, then again he by the advice of, I think it's Brahma, right? And Lord Shiva gave Daksha to goat head because his behavior like goat. Then after that after getting goat head, Daksha lived for some time and doing some austerity and etc. Then he took birth as a son of Prachetas, as a Daksha. Okay, so this time, Daksha will be completely involved in increasing the progeny. So, and when Daksha took birth, the second time, Daksha took birth in Chakshusva Manvantara. So yesterday we discussed all the Manvantara and etc. Okay. Now in this verse, this is the final verse. Here it says, after being born, Daksha, by the super excellence of his bodily luster, covered all others' bodily opulence. Because he was very expert in performing fruitive activity, he was called by the name Daksha, meaning very expert. So Lord Brahma therefore engaged Daksha in the work of generating living entities and maintaining them. So Brahma, so being expert in fruitive activity, Brahma engaged Daksha in generating and maintaining the living entity. Later, Daksha engaged Ajar Pratapatis as well in the same service, like increase in the Prajapati. So Prajapatis means those who increase the progeny. So this is what here Prabhupada said, Daksha became almost as powerful as Lord Brahma. So consequently, that's why Lord Brahma engaged in generating population. So this is how this chapter concluded. So we discussed the episode where the activities of prachetas and how they are engaged in their service. So before we start next chapter, I will quickly summarize this chapter, what we discussed. Okay. So chapter 29th concluded with renunciation of King Prachina Bharishat. So King Prachinavarishat got the instruction from Narada Muni, and Narada Muni narrated a allegorical story of what is the name? King Puranjana. Okay, so after King Puranjana is none other than he himself, who was enjoying materially, and then he suffered later, all this, right? So then King Prachinavarishat completely self-realized, and he decided to renounce everything, leave his kingdom, and go back to the forest for performing austerity and sadhana. And he hand over everything to his minister. He trained them as well, and he did not wait till Prachetas returned from their austerity. So then after so then in the due course of time, Prachetas, they kind of engaged in very severe austerities to please the Supreme Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu was pleased with their austerity, and Lord Vishnu appeared. So after, and how long Prachetas performed this austerity? For 10,000 years. So after 10,000 years, I mean, at that time, that 10,000 years is kind of, not like huge as compared to now. So then Lord appeared, and Lord glorified them, appreciated their austerities and their sincerities, and he also bestowed mercy on them, saying that you will have a famous son whose progeny will fill the three worlds. Then Lord asked him to what can he do for them. They asked him to what benediction he can provide them. So then Prachetas, being purified, they offer their prayers. They offer the beautiful prayers. They glorified the Lord, and then finally say that they do not need anything apart from the Lord's mercy. And they first concluded they already received the Lord's mercy. Because Lord himself appeared in front of them. So what more mercy they need, right? And then they said, if at all Lord wants to give some benediction, then they said that they need constant association of the devotees throughout their life, where they can perform devotional activities. So after hearing all such prayers and their request for benediction, finally Lord bestowed the mercy as they desired, and departed from the that place, and went back to his own abode. Then finally, as per the instruction of Lord, and then we discussed that when they returned, they saw that entire kingdom was filled with huge number of trees. There is no place for agricultural land, etc. And they became angry, and they started devastating. At that time, Brahma came and pacified them, and advised them to marry the daughter of the trees, Marisha. Okay, so the Marisha was daughter of Rishi Kundu, okay, and Pramolacha, the Apsara Pramolacha. And after they begot a daughter, they left the daughter under the trees. Okay, so the trees actually took care of her. Initially, when a baby was crying, the trees could not do anything. The time the sun Chandra, the god Chandra, put finger in her mouth, and through the finger, Chandra, Chandra Dev continuously supplied nectar in her mouth. That's way she grown up. And finally, Prachitas married to Marisha, and they begot a son, Daksha, and Daksha got the instruction from Brahma to involve in the service. What is the service? To increase the progeny. And Daksha was expert in all kind of activity, fruitive activities. And that's why Brahma engaged Daksha in generating and maintaining the living entities. Later on, Daksha engaged other Prajapatis also in the same activities. That's what this chapter concluded. Any question or comments from anybody before we start new chapter today? Okay. So we'll discuss 31st chapter, and this is the last chapter of this canto also. So we will be finishing fourth canto in I think maybe in a couple of weeks. Okay. So it took almost 5 years to complete 4 canto.
Really?
Huh? What is Matadi?
No, that's a long time, and I'm thinking, when are we going to finish the 12th canto then?
I'm not worried about finish, Mataji. Just important is let's keep going, right?
Right, yeah.
I know we will.
I'd like to finish it in my lifetime, and I'm not sure if you will. That's what I'm concerned about. You're young enough.
We'll finish, yes. But yes, I mean, the way that we are discussing, it's amazing. You are all participating, and we are not just reading, but we are analyzing every topic, right? That's
You give good class, Prabhuji. You make the class very interesting.
Mataji.
That's why we are eager to come.
Right, and everybody gives their different questions and opinions, which is very nice, and anything they have heard, from their perspective.
Yeah,
I
Mataji.
I was thinking how many after you started class, how many new people joined? That's what I was started thinking in these 5 years. So many people came in, Prabhuji.
I mean, it's not, it's a, I mean, we should give credit to Prabhupada and Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Srimad Bhagavatam itself has credit, Mataji. What we are just, we need to show little desire, to read it, to read successfully. This also, it's a mercy. Without Lord's mercy, we can't read, we cannot discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. So, so that's important, and of course, it's all you are joining. Yeah, making this conversation more live, right?
Yeah, in the beginning, there were only 4 or 5 people, I think, Sujata, myself.
Right.
Then little by little, Sunita joined.
No, like there are so many people who listens offline, Mataji. Like Mosami Mataji, Anu Mataji. They all listen offline. I have few friends from India. They listen offline.
Oh, I
There's
see.
so many other people also.
Oh,
Like we don't
Right.
know behind, but there are so many people who listens to Prabhuji's.
Right.
I can understand that, because why I'm saying, right, when I started the YouTube live, right, earlier the subscriber were like 1 or 2, 3 like that, but now it's like I get like some 230 subscriber. So that's what I see. Okay, something is going on in offline also.
Yeah, in India, I have this friend. She started, and she tutors kids. Then she's a Malayalam, but she listens because it's English. She listens, and then she used to work for Vignan school. Then she gave it to other teachers, and then in the apartment, she She was listening and she has given to these kids' friends, moms, and stuff. So I know, like it's getting circulated. I know a lot of people are listening. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
for
good to know. I didn't
circulating.
even know that.
Yeah. No, I know Anu Mataji listens. Mosami Mataji listens. I know
Mm.
other people listen from the congregation, and here I know. In India also, I know some of them listens to the class regularly.
Actually, I got a few requests from few devotees, especially Sita Ballai Mataji and Ramachandra Prabhu, because they are not part of from the beginning. So can I give some summary of all the three cantos, kind of thing they said, so that they can continue. I told that once this fourth canto is completed, then maybe I can give one quick summary. We did last time also. In fact, every end of the each canto, we discuss, quick has a quick review of or quick summary of all the cantos. So we did, like, when third canto was over, we did all the three cantos. Now we'll do again fourth canto is done, we'll do quick summary of all the fourth canto, so that those who joined late, they can just catch up for everything. Yeah.
5 years, huh? That's hard to believe. It took 5 years for four
Yeah.
cantos.
Right, it's like 2020, that the COVID.
So almost like a year per canto.
Yeah. I mean, other day I was just thinking, I mean, these cantos are, comparatively small as compared to the 10th canto. 10th canto has 90 chapters. Okay.
Wow.
So, and these chapters, we have 30, 20, 35, I think some canto we got 40 or 50 chapters, but 10th canto is the biggest chapter, longest chapter, which has 90, 90 chapters, 10th canto. So when we go there, I don't know, we can, that entire chapter, 10th canto will take, I think, 1 year maybe, or more than that.
Oh, more than
But
that.
Prabhuji, we finished 6 books, right? I mean, part one, part two, if you look at that way, like
Oh,
I think 6 books. This is part two, Canto 4,
Oh,
part
okay. So
two.
that way yeah, definitely.
I
We
mean,
have
and all
18 books,
these,
so yeah, in that way you can think, yeah.
yes.
oh, so the books, okay, so that's why it's almost like a book per year, yeah.
Yes, and they are quite thick, each one of
They
them.
are, they are.
Mm.
Especially like the first canto is a very, very thick book,
Yes. 1,000 pages,
Yeah,
1,000 or
yeah,
1,100 pages.
yeah.
COVID was very destructive, but it did a lot of good things for our spiritual advancement. As far, because with the Zoom came and this Bhagavad Gita, and then Japa class came. So I do not know what we have done without this.
Oh, yeah. I know sometimes Krishna creates such kind of things so that
Right.
devotees will be more interested towards spiritual activity.
Every single Zoom class came after COVID, really.
Yeah.
Even our Bhagavad Gita class now, in the beginning, the Bhagavad Gita class, but during COVID, everybody was joining. And then only 3 people were joining. Pyari Prabhu almost said, like, only 3 people are joining, only Sujata Gita. So he almost wanted to cancel the class, but then we argued and we said, we don't care, even if one person is joining, we are going to continue. And now there are at least 10 people joining every day, with interest, so which is very good. And there are many people who are like genuinely depending on the class and feel good about discussing, Bhagavad Gita.
And we also get connected. We all get very connected
Yeah,
from
very
this class.
connected. It's almost like association. It really is devotee
Yeah,
association.
very
Yeah,
good association. And
yeah,
I'm so grateful. We start our day so nicely with the Japa class,
right,
Bhagavatam class. We finish Bhagavatam, then we start our day. So
right.
I think it's a very good.
And Ganpati Govind is giving such a nice master class, of all on Fridays. So
Yeah. Even
yeah.
Dinasharan Prabhu is also very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
His class is very
He brings
nice.
so much of different older perspective from Prabhupada.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, that evening I listen offline sometimes. It's a good thing. Yeah, right. No, we have to continue. That's what like we should.
Krishna always have a plan, for anything, any good, bad, he has some plan behind it. So nobody knew that after COVID, the Zoom will come and it will be so popular, so helpful.
Yeah. It's like, and yeah, important is we are learning so deep into this philosophy, and through the example of the devotees, right? That's really connects us, very closer to the philosophy. Yeah. Okay. Right. Maybe we can start the next chapter, first verse. Okay. So the last chapter of fourth canto, the title is Narada instruct the Prachetas. Okay. So Narada now instructs Prachetas too, because Narada instructed their father, King Prachina Barishad. Now they instruct to the. So Narada is taking a great responsibility to elevate everybody. See. So he played a biggest role in the entire Bhagavatam. Wherever we see Narada, Muni will be there.
And he even in Kali Yuga, he incarnates himself, He actually prays to Lord Krishna in the Brihad Bhagavatam. He says, please bless me that I will be able to, preach this Bhagavad Dharma, to all the people. He has actually the blessings of Lord Krishna that he can convince anybody, even in Kali Yuga,
Right.
and help them go back to Godhead.
And Narada, yeah, that's what I think once Prabhupada told, right? Wherever the Bhagavatam Katha is happening, Narad Muni will personally present there.
Right.
He comes and hear all Bhagavatam in a Krishna Katha like that. Yeah, so that's very good. Okay, start with first verse. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Tata Utpanna Vijnana
Tatutpanna Vijnana
Tata Utpanna Vijnana
Tata Utpanna Vijnana
Aswadhyokyaja Vikshit Bhashitam
Ashvadadoksha Bhashitam
Aswadhokshaja Bhashitam
Ashvadadokshaja Bhashitam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Swaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Visrujya Prabrajan Grihat
Visrajya Pravrajan Grihat
Visrujya Prabrajan Grihat
Visrajya Pravrajan Grihat Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Vacha
Tatatpanna Vijnana
Tatutpanna Vijnana
Ashvadadoksha Bhashitam
Asvadokshaja Bhasvatam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Smarantatmaje Bharyan
Visrajya Pravrajan Grahat
Vishrujya Prabrajan Grihat
Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya
Maitreya Vacha
Uvacha
Tata Utpanna Bhigana
Tata Utpanna Vijnana
Ashadakshaja Vashitam
Ashvadadokshaja Vashitam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharayam
Smaranta Atmaje Bharyam
Visrija Pravarajan Griyat
Visrajya Pravrajan Grahat
मैत्रेय उवाच
Maitreya
Maitreya
Uvacha
Vacha
Uvacha
ततः उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
Tata
Tata
Utpanna
Utpanna
Vijnana
Bhigana
आश्वदोक्षजभाषितम्
Ashvadadokshaja
Ashadakshada
Bhashitam
Vashitam
स्मरन्तात्मजे भार्याम्
स्मरन्त
स्मरन्त
आत्मजे
आत्मजे
भार्याम्
भार्याम्
विसृज्य प्राव्रजन् गृहात्
विसृज्य
विसृज्य
प्राव्रजन्
प्रावरजन्
गृहात्।
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय
मैत्रेय
उवाच
उवाच
तत उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
तत
तात
उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
अश्वदोक्षज भाषितम्
आश्वदोक्षज भाषितम्
आशोदभाषिताम्
स्मरन्तात्मजे भार्या
स्मरन्त
स्मरन्त
आत्मजे
आत्मजे
भार्याम्
भार्याम्
विसृज्य प्रव्रजन् गृहात्
विसृज्य
विसृज्य
प्राव्रजन्
प्रावरजन्
गृहात्।
गृहात्
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय
मैत्रेय
उवाच
उवाच
तत् उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
तत
तात
उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
उत्पन्नविज्ञाना
आश्व अधोक्षज भाषिताम्
आश्वदोक्षज भाषितम्
अशाश्वतभाषिताम्
स्मरन्तात्मजे भार्याम्
स्मरन्त आत्मजे
स्मरन्तात्मजे
भार्याम्
भार्याम्
विसृज्य प्रावजन् गृहात्
विसृज्य
विसृज्य
प्राव्रजन्
प्रावरजन्
गृहात्।
गृहात्।
Okay, translation and purport. Can someone read?
I can read
I
from
can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. The great Saint Maitreya continued. After that, the Pracharatas lived at home for thousands of years and developed perfect knowledge in spiritual consciousness. At last, they remembered the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and left home, putting their wife in charge of a perfect son. Purport. After the Pachitas had finished their penances, they were blessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord blessed them by telling them after finishing their family life, they would return home, back to Godhead. In due course of time, after finishing their family life, which lasted thousands of years according to the calculation of the demigods, the Prachitas decided to leave home, putting their wife in charge of a son named Daksha. This is the process of Vedic civilization. In the beginning of life, as a brahmachari, one has to undergo severe penances and austerities in order to be educated in spiritual values. The brahmachari or student is never allowed to mingle with women and learn from the beginning of life about sex enjoyment. The basic flow in modern civilization is that boys and girls are given freedom during school and college to enjoy sex life. Most of the children are born Shankara, meaning born of undesirable fathers and mothers. Consequently, the whole world is in chaos. Actually, human civilization should be based on the Vedic principles. This means that in the beginning of life, boys and girls should undergo penances and austerities. When they are grown, they should get married, live for some time at home, and beget children. When the children are grown up, the man should leave home and search for Krishna consciousness. In this way, one can make one's life perfect by going home to the kingdom of God. Unless one practices penances and austerities in his student life, he cannot understand the existence of God. Without realizing Krishna, one cannot make this life perfect. The conclusion is that when the children are grown, the wife should be put in the children's charge. The husband may then leave home to develop Krishna consciousness. Everything depends on the development of mature knowledge. King Prachana Varisha, the father of the Prachitas, left home before the arrival of his sons who were engaged in austerity within the water. As soon as the time is ripe, or as soon as one has developed perfect Krishna consciousness, he should leave home, even though all his duties may not be fulfilled. The Prachita Barishat was waiting for the arrival of his sons, but following the instructions of Narada, as soon as his intelligence was properly developed, he simply left instructions for his ministers to impart to his sons. Thus, without waiting for their arrival, he left home. Does anybody wants to read?
Just little more,
I
Mataji,
can,
maybe.
I can read.
Okay.
Giving up a comfortable home life is absolutely necessary for human beings and is advised by Prahlad Maharaj. Haitvatma Pata Griham Andakupam. To finish the materialistic way of life, one should leave his so called comfortable home life, which is simply a means for killing the soul, Atma Pata. The home is considered to be a dark well covered by grass, and if one falls within this well, he simply dies without anyone's caring. One should therefore not be too much attached to family life, or to spoil one's development of Krishna consciousness. Yes.
Mhm. So here, Maitreya Muni continued to Vidura. So he said, the Pracheta lived at home for thousands of years and developed perfect knowledge in spiritual consciousness. At last, they remembered the blessing of the Supreme Personality Godhead and left home, putting their wife in charge of a perfect son. So, if you remember in the previous chapter, when Lord appeared in front of Prachetas and Lord blessed them. So he said that um, Lord blessed them, saying, "You will be enjoying all material benefit, and at the same time, you do not develop any attachment with those material enjoyment, and then you will develop unadulterated bhakti onto me, freed from all material contamination and attachment. You will go back home, back to Godhead." So this was mercy, bestowed by Lord. So they said, you will be enjoying material life, without developing attachment, and at the end, then you will completely develop pure bhakti onto me and go back home, back to Godhead. So that is what we will see here in this chapter. That's what will be happening. So here, Prachetas lived home for thousands of years and developed perfect knowledge in spiritual consciousness. They lived for thousands, I don't know how many thousands, but they lived for a longer time, and during that time they developed all the spiritual knowledge. At the same time, they had also enjoyed their so-called material life, and finally they remember the Lord's blessing, as Lord blessed them, that they won't be developed any material attachment, even though they are into materialistic life. So here it says they developed perfect knowledge in spiritual consciousness. And finally they left home, putting their wife in charge of a perfect son. So Daksha. That's what happened. Here in the purport, Prabhupada, Prabhupada talks about the typical brahmachari's life, how the students should be living. Okay. So he's taking that brahmachari should be completely renouncing, not involving any other activities other than developing spiritual knowledge, right? In the beginning lives as brahmachari, one has to undergo severe penances and austerity in order to educated in spiritual values. Then after that, he should enter into grihastha life. So that's why typically the structure is, first 25 year one should be in a brahmachari life, and it is applicable for both men and women, right? First 24 as a brahmachari, and next 25 year as a grihastha, and then after 50 one should try for vanaprastha life, and 25 years, then remaining 25 year complete renunciation. That is typically 100 years. But nowadays, even 100 years, 100 years is difficult, living a 100 year, right? So that's why consider 80 years, then we should divide everything 20, 20, 20, 20 years, 20 years, 40, next 60 year vanaprastha, and remaining 60 to 80 sannyas, complete enough. So this is a typical, way of living. But yes, it depends on how this is the guideline, and we need to adjust a little bit here and there. And what Prabhupada is trying to say, that definitely one should, yeah, when it says that, right? That means that in the beginning of life, boys and girls should undergo penances and austerity. When they are grown up, they should get married, live for some time at home, and beget children. When the children are grown up, the man should leave home and search for Krishna consciousness. In this way, one makes one's life perfect by going home back to God. So this is the structure, and Prachetas will follow that, that instruction. So they lived with their wife, right, for thousands of years. Then they decided to take sannyas or renounce their life, and they left home and they went to forest for self-realization. And so Prabhupada said, unless one practices penances and austerity in his student life, he cannot understand the existence of God. So that is the typical scenario. But thing is that almost all of us has not done that, or few of has done that, because those who are merciful, they have taken birth in a family where they received such value, such devotional value, culture, etc. They might have practiced some, but at least for me or most of us, like, we have grown up in such a family where there is no importance of bhakti. They do all different here and there karmakandic activities, rituals, but the pure bhakti, pure understanding of philosophy has not done in the early stage. But it's not late also. It's not that if one has not practiced Krishna consciousness during childhood, it's not possible for me. It's not like that. It is little difficult, but it's doable. So that's why Krishna conscious can be started at any moment, and any time, any stage. It has no age limit, right? Any situation we can start. Only different is the the practice will become more difficult. But again, if we have a strong dedication, desire, even that can be resolved, right? But we need not to worry about that, what we have done in the past or in the childhood. Even if you missed something, that's fine. Even if you catch the train now, there is no late, we can practice, we can follow the Acharya's instruction, Srila Prabhupada's instructions, the learnings from our daily sadhana, right? Daily Bhagavatam, and then just practice it. Practice, that's it. We should develop that urgency, understand, and just practice. Follow the 4 regulatory principles, chant them, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hear Krishna Katha, and do any kind of services, wherever you get opportunity. So like that, we can mold our life into Krishna consciousness. And yes, it's not that nothing is late, right? Wherever we start, that's important. We started this, we entered into this journey. Now have sincerity and practice, then Krishna will take care. That Krishna knows, our limitation. Krishna knows the effect of Kali Yuga. But if you have a strong desire in our heart, we will see the result. So that's what we need not to worry about the result. We should worry about what we are doing now. Result is upon Krishna. Whenever Krishna like, he will bring back to Godhead. But till that time, what we can do, we just need to practice, have faith, right? So this is what here said. So finally, Prabhupada says, as soon as the time is ripe, or as soon as one has developed perfect Krishna consciousness, he should leave home even though all his duties may not be fulfilled. Okay, Prachina Bharishat was waiting for arrival of his son, but following the instruction of Narada, as soon as his intelligence was properly developed, he simply left instruction for his ministers to impart to his son. Thus, without waiting for the arrival, he left the home. So this is what, and finally, said the giving of a comfortable home life is absolutely necessary for human beings, and is advised by Prahlad Maharaj. Hitvatma patam gruham andhakupam. Right. So to finish the materialistic way of life, one should leave his so-called comfortable home life, which is simply a means for killing the soul. The home is considered to be a dark well covered by grass, and if one falls within this well, he simply dies without anyone's caring. So one should therefore not to be too much attached to family life, for it will spoil one's development of Krishna consciousness. I mean, these instructions are so straight, and sometimes it makes us, or sometimes these instructions are so so difficult to follow also, but this is the reality. That's what we need to keep in mind. This is not something Prabhupada is saying, or our acharyas are saying out of their mental speculation. This is the reality. This is what we need to do, even though we cannot perfectly do that, but at least we go closer to that. So that's what is important. Like, one should not therefore too much attached with the family life. That is what he's saying, that too much attached to the attachment is okay, duty is okay, responsibility okay, but not too much attachment, for it will spoil one's development of Krishna consciousness. Right. So we need to figure out what is the too much, right? It depends upon if you, we need to analyze ourselves. That is what there is no a fixed way of doing things, but idea is that Krishna consciousness is our highest journey. That is our highest destination, highest goal. We need to keep checking that whether we are reaching that goal or not. That's it. Ena kena prakarena means by hook and crook we need to reach that destination. So that means what? We have to always focus, always keep in mind that, okay, that is our goal. That is, we should not forget it. Even though sometimes we are involved in other kinds of activities, for sometimes we are involved, that fine, but again we need to come back to our original track. Sometimes we may divert a little bit here, but even though during the diversion also we need to keep in mind that no, I am going little this direction for some time only, because, and we keep track that, okay, I need to finish soon this whatever little thing, and again I need to go into the track. But when you feel that no, I'm totally diverting, then we need to completely stop, or think that no, it's taking away from Krishna consciousness. Let's not go like that. So that is the art, simple thing. There is no, no one can clearly say that, okay, do this, do that. We get some close advices, but we need to just have, tweak those advices based on our need. But ultimate goal is Krishna consciousness, that we need to remember always. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any question or comments from anybody? Right.
It's very difficult, Prabhuji, this last paragraph.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said, right? It's,
I mean, couple of things like, sometime when we say leave home, and if it is that person is married, then uh, he will make sure that wife is under the shelter of the children. Paragraph doesn't say under the shelter of a son or a shelter of a daughter. It just say shelter of the children. Now, so shelter of the children, meaning that person, whoever is trying to leave his wife, whether he need to be little bit getting some assurance that children will take care at least. But if that assurance exists, then it is still just leave the wife and the home and proper then question exists, and if answersly that ensures confidence, then people will stick to their current life. Because ideal is ideal.
Right.
We are not the ideal. That's why a lot of questions still we have. And you read the purport, you explain nicely, but there are so many questions which, unless those are satisfied, for me, then mind will say continue wherever you are. Keep your with your family life, stay with your wife. And
Yes, Prabhu. I mean, that's absolutely correct. So that is why it's saying that these are the ideal thing, but there is no certain thing we can say that do this, do that, because I mean, we can discuss this topic whole day also, but idea thing is that, right? If you don't do that, everywhere our Acharya says, uh, do this. Even though, right? Even though, like, I mean, the one thing we need to read that some point of time we need to completely stop whatever activity we are doing and completely focus on Krishna consciousness. That stage, even though we think that we stay together, even if the staying together, if you're able to do that complete focus on Krishna consciousness, then I think that should be fine. But if that is not happening, then we should think about that, right? But that's why we need to reach that stage. But yeah, I mean, this is a reality. This practically implementation may be challenging, but yeah, we need to see how can we do that. At least we are not able to do, but at least partially do and complete. But the idea is that we should be focusing Krishna consciousness, completely. So that's what we need to this think. We can plan, right? There is if you could plan ahead, I think it's possible. Only thing that we do not do it. We are focused in so many things, but we do not focus on this part, right? That's what. And at the later stage, when we already reaching that stage, we think that okay, we will plan at that time, and it's already late. So I think maybe if you plan for now, just think sometimes, what we can do, what we do, what kind of life we can live, that's what we think, this topic, right? It's not only now, between me and Sevanandini always comes, what is our final destination, big question. Should we stay in US? Should we stay in India? You know, definitely this question. And okay, more than that, wherever we stay, where we should stay in such an atmosphere where continuously we can focus on Krishna consciousness. Is which environment, which location, or which country gives us such facility, right? So these are the things we should keep discussing among ourselves. We should not completely ignore, uh, leave. Okay, when the time comes, let's think. We should not do that. At least if you think something, you have an idea. Okay, this is what we have idea, some plans. Then we'll see if we're able to execute or not. But if you do not have any plan, anything, then later stage, when we think that, oh, what can we do? Okay, we can't do anything right now. Let's continue where we are. That situation will come. So to avoid that situation, I think the planning we can do, yes, maybe we get some solution for sure, even if you not completely achieve what Prabhupada is saying, but at least what I said, right? We should completely focus on Krishna consciousness, remaining at least a quality of our time, not like just few years, quality of our time, prepare for retirement, see how can you retire so that you can completely give the quality time to Krishna consciousness. So all these things are, it's important, and yeah, we need to discuss, see how can we done, and it's possible. Maybe it's initially it feels like difficult, but that's what I think. Even I may be wrong, but I have a hope that if you do that, maybe we can get some